And joining here on the boot is Storm. Storm, how are you doing today?
I'm fine, how are you? I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah, I'm actually very excited as well. This is the last best of 3 match that we have on the tournament. We're approaching the final stretch here. Do you have any predictions?
Yeah, to be honest, since alphas we only hope for European people, I would bet on alpha.
All right, that's
So,
fair.
but yeah, so coming from the PVs, alpha is pretty close to sub 29 compared to Roll, who's kind of in mid sub 30 area. So based on paper, I would say alpha has the upper hand here, but yeah, both of these players haven't played the game too much lately, so anything could happen.
Got it. And I have another question for you. Do you have any predictions for the time charts? Okay, I'm gonna go with 2 time charts, one each side.
Yeah, let's see.
Oh, 0.
Okay, 0, nothing. Yeah, so no praising by the messenger gods for both of these players.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm gonna say it's probably a good thing because then you waste your bad RNG here, and then you get good RNG like with Rock's team, for example. Hopefully.
Hopefully, yeah. I mean, we always pray for our Lord and Savior, Ruxton. It's pretty hard.
Yeah, it's indeed.
But yeah, coming into Autumn Hills, Reset Hills, worst stage of the game, hardest stage of the game. Many ninjas have fallen here due to any turtles in your way. You can always see, oh, a wall kind of bonked into one of the turtles. Nothing too big, but let's see if Wall will go for the health after the shop, because going into the first spike pit room, if you already have 4 HP, can be scary, because if you bonk into one of the turtles... Oh no, never mind, Wall has full HP. Yeah, I can't play this game anymore, so don't mind me.
Oh, you're way better than I am, so don't mind me. Whatever you
Yeah, I
tell me,
forgot.
I'm gonna take it as the truth. Like, yep, that's definitely
Yeah,
the way.
I forgot that there's a health there's a health bottle before that, so Wall was completely fine. So if you have only 4 HP coming into the spike pit, if you go for the triple turtle boost, I think Alpha's going for it. No, Alpha's going for the quad. Damn. Yeah, and Wall is going for the triple. So if you mess any one of these turtle boosts up and bonk accidentally in one of these turtles, then you would have 3 HP and you can't do the spike pit damage boost anymore. So that was why I was mentioning that Wall maybe needs to pick up the health before that. But yeah, we are getting into the underwater section. Right now, I think Alpha has a kind of 4-5 second lead, as it looks like.
Yeah, which it just comes to show how crazy it is. Like these little damage. I mean, not damage boost, but like the when you hit the green kappas, the green turtles, like in a certain way to get that little bit of a boost. Sort of Alpha just being a little bit cleaner with getting those hits, and that little boost, as minimum as it is, it just starts adding up a lot of time.
Yeah, so you can already you can see, especially in some of these rooms, that Alpha's movement is just way more optimized, so a bit more optimized than Wall's movement. So this is nothing against Wall and his movement. His movement is really superb, but yeah, Alpha is on a even more different or advanced level in some of these rooms to squeeze out every tiny bit of time save, and yeah, these corners, these turtle boosts, and all over the place.
Indeed, they are. I was speaking about, like, I don't know why it's about this room, but I really like that you're kind of raising that little fireball right there. Oh, and Alpha just did a bit of a mistake there, but good recovery.
Yeah, Alpha showing a bit of rust here. But Wall unfortunately messed up stud jump, so I think that kind of, yeah, negated the time save that Wall got by Alpha's mistake. So should be kind of the same now.
Do you think
But yeah,
we're-
both of these players, I think, are also a bit nervous since this is a really tough matchup for both of these. So anything could still happen. So if Bedonk is not in Alpha's favor and combined with low Wuxton, yeah, this is kind of like already 16 to 20 seconds time loss. And yeah, we will see when we're coming into Catacombs.
you see we're gonna be seeing any crazy strats on this first boss? Or just standard strats?
I don't think so. I don't think we will see any scary berries or any damage boost to the right side of the room. I think there, especially in this matchup, I wouldn't risk it personally. So I don't think Alpha or Wol. I think Wol is not going for it anyway, and Alpha, I don't think so that he will go for it. Yeah, both of these players just doing the normal strat. And you can even mess up the normal strat, so mashing that button can really trick you sometimes, that you miss one single hit, and if you get that 16-second time loss, basically you just want to reset the whole race.
Yeah. Alright, and the longest stage in the game.
Yeah,
Oh, they
also
both
the
saved the
hardest.
frame.
Yeah, and
Oh, I think
Alpha!
Sword kind of lost a little bit of time.
Yeah, Alpha didn't get the clean drop. Damn. So, most important question: what will happen to Necro? Both jumping over Necro. Nice.
That's always a bad thing. Like, now they're gonna get battering, you know.
Yeah, I always recommend slashing Necro is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
But... oh, won't touch the spikes, unfortunately. That means if he wants to go for the so-called butt boost, Wall needs to pick up some health. Because you need full HP going for the butt boost, and... yeah, this will mean a couple of seconds time loss for Wall. I think he will go here now for the health HP, yeah. Because you don't want to miss these butt boost thingies. So even if you mess up the first room, and unfortunately Wall now missed it completely, but even if you get the HP to retry butt boost, I think it still saves 2 seconds over just waiting out the room. So, but yeah, unfortunately Wall completely missed out on butt boost, and this will put Alpha a bit more into the lead in this already close matchup.
Yeah, it is, and there's a lot of things that can go either way on these on Catacombs. So it's like I really like this level because it's like running against cycles, and there's some little cheeky little tricks here. Actually, SoftofAlpha is not going for the clipping here. Let's see if Roll tried it, and I think he was pretty close.
For
Yeah,
Cutie Crusher, damn. Yeah, the thing is, we already found pretty safe setups for Cutie Crusher, but if you mistime your attempt, you can die due to Cutie Crusher, and yeah, it was kind of risky. But Alpha have a bit of a trouble here in the not as clean as it used to be. It could be due to rust, but it's still looking fine. And the most important question now, will both of these players get Bedonk? So, Alpha gets Bedonk.
Nicely done. Oh, they both
Wall
get it.
also gets Bedonk. It was a bit close on Wall's side, but he got it. So
yeah. I'm keeping things close in here.
yeah, and seems like today Alpha has a bit more of the bad Wizrobe RNG. The Wizrobe was not in a great position for Alpha. And I remember yesterday Roll was really kind of trolled by the Wizrobes all over the place in Tower of Time.
Yeah, I think Roll got the worst RNG for Wizrobes yesterday that I've ever seen. Like, they were always on the way, especially like in really dangerous situations with just 1 HP, and they keep getting on the way or throwing like really tricky fireballs and things like that.
Yeah, both players opting out of Boards of Steel or Boards of Fire, kind of smart decision, because if you mess it up, even you need to wait out the cycle or you die. So.
Yeah.
So let's see, Wuxton, will you be fair to both of these players, or will we see already a kind of an upset with low and top Wuxton?
Well, we have one top.
Wux?
Oh, nicely
Oh.
done.
Also the Invisible Kappa by Alpha, both top Roxins. But I think Alpha, yeah, Alpha will get the top kill, and I think Wall will get the...
Like one more hit. Yeah.
Yeah, because Alpha got a way cleaner entry into top Roxin. He turtle boosted or slashed one of the fireballs. And Wall unfortunately got the damage boost that, yeah, makes you miss 1 or 2 hits that you could potentially get on Roxin. And so this will mean 1 more second for Alpha in this stage. Yeah, coming into Bamboo Creek, I think this stage is not really a vacation for speedrunners. So casually this stage is pretty nice, but we have a tree room, we have BC11. Yeah, there can go so much wrong in this stage. It's a pretty scary stage early in the speedrun. And if your attempt not already died to Ruxton or Bedonk, most of the time you reset in Bamboo Creek due to BC11.
I think it's a pretty fun level to play though. I think it's gotta feel good when you just do it right.
If you do it right, it's an awesome level. If you mess it up, it's like the worst experience ever. So, Tree Room by Alpha, looking fine so far, not landing in the spikes, was a bit close towards the bottom. Wall also gets the tree skip, also gets the... yeah, this T-boost on the switch is always pretty scary to watch. So, BC11 for Alpha. B2, not going for B2, going for G2 instead. I think that's a smart decision because G2 is way easier to set up. Wall going for... I think that was a B2, but it looked kind of weird.
I don't know how you guys remember all the names for those variations. Especially with just numbers and letters.
Yeah, I mean, the backstory behind this room is that the original skip was found by a speedrunner called N2. That's why the OG variant is called N2 skip. And then Grant found a variant how to do this room. That's why it's called G2 with the crystal abuse. And then Belial found a variant that's called B2. And I think also Le Remy found a variant and that's called R2. So yeah, this is kind of... I think the naming is not that great, to be honest, but yeah, it works.
Was saying yesterday how it reminded me to Tony Hawk, like you get a show beat or a puppet or a 360 show beat with a manual, or like just by a tiny little variation, it's a completely different trick.
Yeah. And especially on this level of gameplay that we have here, both of these runners try to go for the hardest strat, and that is B2 from Belial. And yeah, I think B2 saves like 2 to 3 seconds over the other 2 variants, but it's pretty hard and pretty easy to mess up.
Speaking of hard and things to mess up, we saw a little bit of trouble yesterday with DK skips in here. So let's have a look and see today how that goes.
Beautiful double T-boost on Alpha's side, meanwhile. I think Wall is not going for... Yeah, Wall is not opting out of that T-boost. That T-boost is pretty scary. I think it was found by Stalls. Only, yeah, kind of minimum time save as possible, but especially on Alpha's level, it's kind of... Or could be a requirement that you need to hit. So DK skipper Alpha looking clean, gets it. Let's see how Wall is doing. Clean T-boost. If the damage boost is... Damage boost also... Yeah, I think that's... both clean DK skips on both sides.
Yep.
But yeah, DK skip is... Yeah, it's so scary, so... Especially when I was doing the races here in this tournament. For me, it was always like, no, I don't want to opt out of DK skip. Either I get it or I die. It's kind of like, because you... It's only a couple... I think it's 2 or 3 seconds that you miss. Oh, beautiful God Yeet by Alpha. GG to Alpha. So with God Yeet, he gets like 4 seconds of a time gain over the... Yeah, how you need to...
Oh!
Also God Yeet by Wall. Damn, 2 God Yeets. That's sick.
And Roll just keeping the pace with SoftofAlpha right now. Like,
Yeah, right now it's still Wall is still doing pretty fine. So I think we are only 1 or 2 rooms apart. Yeah, I think it's 2 rooms now. Yeah, now it's 3, but one of these was really small. But if Wall can keep this up and Alpha's messing up a bit here and there, yeah, still everything is possible for Wall.
absolutely. Let's see if these runners know how to count to 7. I'm gonna trust that they do. I mean, they're in the top 4 of the tournament.
I hope, but it's still easy to mess up the slashes on this Emerald Golem. Especially if Emerald kinda, yeah, tricks you with some of these green balls that Emerald tries to throw at you. These can put you off pretty easily, that you have one more accidental hit and go into a free cycle. But right now, at least on Alpha sides, everything is looking clean. Let's see how Wall is doing in the second part of the first phase. But yeah, should be fine on both sides. Oh, Alpha unfortunately misses the drop and gets a rather high second phase.
A little bit of opportunity here to potentially cash like a couple seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Wall just had the faster kill, so I think he will get 1 or 2 seconds out of that.
Yeah, and just like that, Grotto is over, and now we're going to Quillshroom.
Yeah, most important question for Quillshroom: how many peanut butter boosts will we see on Alpha's and Wall's side?
We saw 0 yesterday.
Yeah, that's sad. That's really sad. So 1 peanut butter boost, nice. Belial is proud now.
Okay, there's a 14-second difference going into Quillshroom right now.
2 peanut butter boosts, nice.
By the way, is that just a meme or there's any merits for going for those?
You mean the peanut butter boost?
Yeah.
Or I think it's kind of a requirement by Belial. So Belial tells every kind of sort of top runner in this game that you need to go for peanut butter boost. If you do it poorly, it even loses time. But it's just a swag strat that you need to do in Quillshroom.
Okay.
So yeah, this is... We have a bit of swag here and there, and you need to go for it sometimes.
Yeah, swag's always cool.
Alpha missing the welfare, this will kind of cost him 1 or 2 seconds in that room, so... Yeah, Wall just needs to keep it up and don't mess up too hard. Wait. But... Yeah, I think especially in the later stages, so coming up with Cracks and Glacier, I think Alpha has just a bit of an upper hand in there since he's way more experienced and has way better times. So I could imagine that that the gap could get a bit closer towards the rope dart stages. Not closer, a bit more apart towards the rope dart stages.
Got it. There's always a lot of things that can still happen. There's just
Yeah,
like,
Queen of Quilts.
Yeah, Queen of Wheels. I mean, we have the Tower of Time that can always troll people. Oh, and you can always get bullied. Like, super bullied.
Alpha's getting bullied pretty hard. I think he wanted to go for the 1 HP variant, 1 damage bully boom. Ooh. Alpha with 1 HP there. That's really, really scary.
It is super scary. There's a lot of... Oh, like, little bit of things.
Oh my god. That's so close. Please,
he's gonna go for left? Oh, yeah, he's going for left.
Yeah, we are still not safe.
No, this room right here. Oh, that little orange guy. That little orange guy always scares me when you're with 1 HP.
Alpha going for a pretty close mushroom. So the last 2 mushrooms where Alpha was kind of jump slashing towards. So that's so scary. If you mistime the slash, you can die because Ninja is just bonking into the mushroom.
Yeah.
So doing all of that with 1 HP was so scary. And yeah, Alpha going here for the fast kill for the left-right pattern. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it, but I think he's still fine. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So that's a new strat, kind of invented by Alpha himself, and unfortunately he was a bit too slow kicking off the Queen of Clubs off the hook, but it still worked. And I think Roll got a right-left pattern, if I'm not mistaken, so Roll will miss out a couple of seconds compared to Alpha in the Queen of Clubs fight.
Well, maybe he did, but overall he saved 3 seconds right there. He's now an 11-second difference going into searing cracks. So he shaved 3 seconds from SoftofAlpha overall in Quill's room.
Oh, Alpha doing the German chop, missing one of the upgrades.
Didn't got the HP?
Yeah, and no, he missed the opportunity to get HP drops, so the second upgrade.
Okay.
And yeah, need to rebuy that.
I don't think he's gonna go in. Like, all the reasons why you need that is to potentially get, like, French connection attempt.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't think it's worth it to go inside the shop again just for that. I don't know.
I don't know. I think on this level, maybe. So we will see, hopefully, now a Naga Bird on both sides. Yeah, Alpha getting a pretty clean Naga Bird. Very well done. Let's see on World side. Also clean Naga Bird.
Oh!
Yeah, already cursed it. This will lose a lot of time now on World side. So he was going for the one tile and could potentially get it, but if you don't get it, Naga Bird loses so much time, especially in this case. Oh. So let's see a teleport on Alpha. Alpha has a pretty clean crack so far, so I haven't seen any mistakes yet on his side.
Yeah, Roll's having a little bit of trouble getting that climb right there. I think there's,
Yeah.
depending on RNG on Colossus side, like, there might be a little bit of a gap gain for Alpha.
I think the gap really got way bigger in cracks if I look at the time now. So I think we already have now a 15, 16 or even 20-second gap between both of these players. I think Alpha entered Colossus Zeus is around 22 flat. So yeah, like I was already mentioning, just the way more or even more cleaner movement on Alpha's side really, especially in this late game, just shows off. Alpha having a really great Colors and Fuses, if I looked at that. So the pattern wasn't as bad, so it should be a sub 1 minute Colors and Fuses.
Yeah, I don't think it's being as kind for Alpha side either. I mean, for Roll side.
Yeah, Alpha had a sub 1 minute Colors and Fuses, so that's what we want to see. I think Roll entered around 2220. So I think Roll has 1 minute or a bit over 1 minute, so not as great as a Colossus uses as Alpha had. And yeah, forget it, shovel please in the chat, we have reached Glacier Peak.
Oh, okay.
Alpha missing
one
missing.
of the
rope. Yeah, that's a bit scary, but on his level of experience, I kind of expect him that he can back that up. But yeah, it's still scary if you miss one of these rope dots. And yeah, searing cracks was a bit shaky here and there for Wolves, so Alpha could made up a lot of time or increase the gap by at least 10 seconds, I think, or around 10 seconds to around 20 seconds lead. I think this will mitigate here in Glacier because Wolves Glacier is looking a bit cleaner compared to Alpha.
Yeah, so far it is.
But yeah, it's still a close and scary matchup for both of these players, especially coming now into Tower of Time, where even the smallest amount of mistake can give you such a huge time loss or even a death.
There's
And
one thing I don't understand. How do you climb that fast like these guys? Like, I mash like I am playing like Contra or something like that, and I don't climb that fast.
So what we are doing here for climbing is we are using the rope dart with the climb. So normally if you climb with Ninja, you just use the A button or the X button, depending on your controller. And what we are doing is, I think every 2.5 or 2 jumps, we are putting a rope dart in between. And this allows Ninja to kind of climb even faster. And you need to get a rhythm feeling for it, and this is how you can climb this insanely fast. And Alpha is one of the best players at, or is. I would argue Alpha is the best player out of there in rope dart climbing. His climbs just looking so clean. And if you have listened to the game sound, it kind of sounds a bit like a sewing machine or something if they climb with rope dart.
Got it. Okay, now that makes sense. It was a 25-37 going into Tower of Time for SoftofAlpha, so let's see what's the difference here so far. Over 20 seconds right now.
Ooh, very fast and clean Hail Mary for Alpha. Even going for the fast strat where you don't rope dart the last wall. Really scary, to be honest, especially doing this in a race environment. But yeah, Alpha's tower right now is looking pretty hot if he can keep it up.
Yeah, and it's a 39-second lead, SoftofAlpha getting into Tower of Time. So definitely between Searing Cracks and Glacial Peak, there was a huge difference. Oh, and that little bit of the damage, he's not going to be able to go for Hail Mary now.
Yeah, this would mean Roll needs to opt out of Hail Mary, and especially in a environment like this is really huge.
He could go for mini Hail Mary with the two... two Wizrow hits.
Alpha not getting any HP drop, but going for the new strat to kind of pre-damage these blocks. Unfortunately, only got one block. So Alpha needs to wait it out, but I think, this shouldn't be too much of a time loss. So even if Roll gets now HP drop, I don't think this... this is kind of like maybe 4 or 5 seconds, even less time save Roll can get onto Alpha, but right now the gap is a bit too huge that this would matter at all. And Roll needs to opt out. Yeah, Roll needs to opt out of Kuni 1 cycle. Bart gets the HP drop, so... But I think with waiting out on Kuni 1 cycle, this kind of... it mitigates the time save you would get from French. And he needs to do French, so even French can go wrong. Alpha doing a beautiful hose on the other side. Roll going for French, nearly gets it, but it was a bit close on the last damage tick. So Alpha going into time waster room, kind of one of the last points where anything could really go bad if he dies here, but going for the safe crystal abuse. So if Alpha nails laser skip, I think this is kind of through, but it kind of depends now if Alpha is watching the stream. So if he goes for laser skip or if he opts out. Going for laser skip, looking clean, beautiful laser skip by Alpha. And I think looking at the time, I think this is a 29 1x or maybe 2x. So pretty odd time for Alpha. I think this is could be a 2x. Maybe a high 1x to a 2x.
Yeah, I think a 1x is definitely possible with a clean fight.
Yeah, so if Alpha do it like he always does it, the arcane kind of takes about 16 seconds. So I think it's a high 1x on Alpha's side. Yeah, very clean arcane golden. GG to Alpha 29-16.
That was really well played. Alpha was looking very, very confident on that one.
Yeah, Alpha's only 14 seconds off PB. So I think Alpha's PB is a 29.04. So very hot pace for the amount of rust I would say Alpha has. Uh, Playing at 29.16 is pretty damn hot.
I mean, the last tournament that we had, we didn't even have like a sub 30 then.
Yeah. And I think Roll will kind of get 30.16, 30.18. So at the end, we have a minute difference between both of these players. That's insane if you compare how close it was going into Krish Room.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So just Tower of Time itself, it was like a 20-second difference just in this specific level. I mean, 30-22 is still a really good pace, but
Yeah, it's still amazing time. So TT to roll for 30.22. But yeah, we have a minute a minute gap between both of these players. That's insane, just within the last three stages.